As a part of various platforms like Beyond Gender, Ashiva Scholars Platform, and Scholars Connect, Comfort has assisted and taught numerous scholars who are now making an impact around the world. With a bachelor's degree from the University of Port Harcourt in Nigeria, and currently pursuing a PhD at UC Davis Agricultural and Environmental Chemistry graduate group, Comfort is breaking barriers and paving the way for future generations as the only Black student in our graduate group. Beyond academic pursuits, Comfort also pursues a passion for music as a member of the Grace Alive Guitar Club, where she is training to become a professional guitarist. Overall, Comfort is a proof that with dedication, hard work, the right resources, and its utilization, anything is possible. You're welcome on board now.
Yeah, so thank you very much for that introduction. It's my pleasure to be talking to you guys. I sort of don't know why I'm the last speaker anyway, because since some persons have sort of logged out and it's already very late in Nigeria, but all the same, we've had a lot of wonderful speakers that have sort of taught wonderfully and giving us a lot of insights. So I guess what I'll be saying is sort of a summary or climax of everything that have been said here today. So when I saw this topic, what to do while waiting for scholarship success, I sort of assumed that this person has actually applied, or the people in this category are people who have sort of put in their application, like the scholarship applications, and they're sort of waiting for admission decisions or scholarship decisions. So I'm going to be attacking this topic from that view or that mindset. So let's talk about background story. I think I have a very, very funny background story. Yeah, because I started my scholarship application in 2020, maybe around April or so, 2020, and I really didn't get a scholarship till like 2022. So I had a lot of time trying a lot of things and trying to see what's the best thing to do while you're waiting for scholarship admissions, decisions, and what do you do when you get it? What do you do when you don't get it, or what do you do when you are sort of rejected? So I'll sort of use my experience as a way to talk to you guys today. So my first application was in fall 2021, so which I applied in 2020, and I secured 3 prospective supervisors, which was awesome for fall 2021. But something happened, unfortunately. I only got admitted into one of the schools, and because that was more like post-COVID period, and I got admitted into just one of the schools, and it didn't even come with like full funding. In fact, the funding was so minimal there. I don't think it was even up to 20%. So I couldn't go. Then what did I do from there? Knowing that, okay, I sort of couldn't move to the US because I really didn't have funding. And before you're able to get your visa, you have to prove that you sort of have the money to take care of your studies and take care of yourself while you're in the US. And I couldn't prove that. So I had to think about applying for fall 2022. So after that, I decided to start joining scholarship communities. I started volunteering in different scholarship communities and all of that. And for fall 2022, I had to take the standardized test because I saw that my profile was sort of weak. I had to take standardized tests. I took TOEFL, I took GRE. I had to start working in the lab. I practically resigned where I was working previously. I had to go and work in an environmental research lab to sort of get quality research experience. So I did a whole lot of things while waiting. And in fall 2022, I applied to 4 USC universities and 1 presidential scholarship in Thailand. And I got into 3 of the USC universities, and I got full funding in 2. And I also got a presidential scholarship in Thailand, which I'm in UC Davis today in the US. So this is sort of, I decided to go through this background for you to understand that scholarship is sort of not easy. The journey is not easy. Yes, there are some persons who do it for the first time and they get in. So when you're applying, you have to sort of give room for the worst. The worst can happen. The best can also happen. So today I'll just be talking on 5 things to do while waiting for your scholarship decisions. The first thing is to stay informed about the status of your scholarship application. You need to be proactive in that. You need to constantly check like your emails. I know of people who have sort of lost scholarship offers because they don't check like their emails regularly. So you need to check the status of your email regularly. Constantly do that as a prospective applicant who is applying. In fact, the first thing you do every day after having saying your morning prayer should be checking your email to know if anything had dropped, right? Then the second one is to keep your options open and have backup plans. I know a lot of us are sentimental towards USA and Canada. Most of us don't want to consider other countries. And the truth is, not everybody will get to Canada, not everybody will get to USA directly. Some people have to do a lot of detail. So I have a mentor, Dr. Muyiwa. He's popular. Everybody on Twitter knows him. So he went through 4 different continents. He was in his master's in Nigeria and he got the master's scholarship in South Korea. From South Korea, he went to Germany to do his PhD. And from there, he got a postdoc in Canada, which was like his dream country. Now, come to think about it, if he had decided to stay back in Nigeria and said if it is Canada or nothing, USA or nothing, he probably wouldn't have had the experience he had that sort of enabled him to be able to get a postdoc in Canada, right? So we should be open to different options. Yes, you've applied to USA. I know this webinar is tilted towards USA. You've applied to USA and you are sort of waiting for admission decisions, scholarship decisions. Why not start checking up other countries? Countries like South Korea, countries like European countries. There are a lot of opportunities there. So you don't just sort of keep your mind fixated on USA, keep your mind fixated on Canada, and at the end of the day, you are not able to get in and you have to wait an extra year, which I think I sort of faulted in that. So I had a friend who we both applied for 2021, and when we got the rejection, he went further to apply to South Korea. He started emailing professors in South Korea, and that year he got into South Korea on a full ride scholarship. But I had to wait an extra year. And some people may not be as lucky as me to sort of get it after 1 year. So you need to keep your options open, have backup plans. As you are waiting, somebody said something. He said you don't apply for scholarships and you stay stagnant. You need to keep applying until you get that yes. So the fact that you've applied to USA schools, you've applied to 4 USA schools, you applied to 5 USA schools, doesn't mean you should just relax. There's a probability that those 5 schools may reject you. Most times not because your profile is not good enough. It could be because they don't have funding. It could be a whole lot of a whole lot of stuff could be responsible. A lot of factors could be responsible. So you need to keep your options open, have backup plans, keep applying. There's nothing wrong if you have like 10 scholarships, right? That's going to be a very good problem to have. Then the next one is ask for feedback on your application. Some people just get rejection and they don't even bother to sort of email the graduate committee to ask, what did I do wrong? Why was I not admitted? It's very good for you to know why you were not admitted. Like in fall 2021, I told you I applied to 3 schools. For the first school, I asked, why was I not given full funding? And the person was like, okay, they sort of didn't have like research funding that could cover my stay, and I wasn't qualified for ATA because I sort of didn't have any teaching experience, so I couldn't get a teaching assistantship. And the second school was like, oh, her grant didn't pull through and she couldn't take me in and all of that. So you need to ask questions, because asking for feedback on your application will sort of make you know what is wrong. Is it that my profile is not good enough? Is it that, okay, there are things I need to improve on, than just assuming, oh, I was rejected. You don't even know what is wrong. Asking for feedback doesn't necessarily need to be just asking for feedback from like the graduate committee. You could also ask your friends for feedback. Send them your CV, send them your essays. Oh, guy, please help me look at this. Take a look at this. What do you think? What do you think went wrong? What do you think I should do to sort of improve my profile to be more competitive? Then the next one is actively look for opportunities to enhance your scholarship profile. As prospective applicants, you need to improve your profile constantly, especially when you get rejections, because every year the competition gets worse. How do they say that in English? Every day the competition gets like, I don't know how to say this in English. The competition gets tougher. Yeah, I think that's more like the translation in English. The competition gets tougher every year. So if you have rejections, you don't need to, some people just go ahead and resubmit the same sort of documents they have. There's no improvement, nothing. A whole lot of people are getting to know more about scholarships. 5 years ago, many people didn't know about scholarships in the USA, right? But now it's more like everybody knows about it. So the competition is getting tougher. So you need to look for opportunities to enhance your scholarship profile. So for me, one of the sacrifices I had to pay was sort of leaving my job to go pick up like an environmental research assistant job so that I could use that to up my profile. And I'm sure that's what got me into UC Davis. So you need to look out for opportunities to enhance your profile. It could be doing publications. So for me, I had to sort of publish my undergraduate projects. I had one publication. It could be going to write standardized tests. It could be attending conferences. It could be taking online courses. I know a lot of things have been said regarding that area. So you need to actively look for opportunities to enhance your scholarship profile. It could be learning how to code, learning R, learning Python, and all of that. It's very useful. So instead of just sitting down, waiting for scholarship and decision, use that time to improve yourself so that if the worst happens, you know you're better off than when you started, sort of. Then networking. This part is like what I love. I love talking about networking. As prospective applicants, you need to network because there's a saying that one tree cannot make a forest, right? So you need to network with other prospective applicants. Join a scholarship community. You get to see scholars there that you could seek advice from, build relationships with people. So you need to network with people. If you're here, you don't belong to a scholarship community, I think you're missing out. Well, there is Twitter scholarship community. It's an open one for anybody. And I think this group should sort of have like a scholarship group or something. I think I was saying stuff about Telegram group. So that's also where to start. Network with people. Don't just be a loner. One of my driving factor or my motivation was my scholarship community, the scholarship community I belong to. In fact, there was a point I was like, I'm not even doing this stuff again. I'm tired, But because a lot of people knew me, how active I was in the scholarship community, some people even offered to even pay for my app fees. Some people paid for my standardized tests and all of that. So you need to join a community. You need to be active in that community. You don't need to be a loner. Because at the end of the day, you need people to sort of push you, because especially when rejections come knocking, you start feeling so less of yourself. You forget like who you are, you forget what you're made of. So you need to be in a community that people will sort of help each other, people motivate each other and all of that. And also you need to understand that you could also get relevant information from your peers. Like the scholarship I told you I got in Thailand, the presidential scholarship, it was someone in the scholarship community I sort of belonged to that told me about that scholarship. And I didn't even get like up to the required GPA that was needed. I had like a 3.45/4 and the requirement was like 3.5. But the person sort of talked to me and told me to go ahead and apply. And funny enough, I was the only person that was accepted in my department for that scholarship, even though I turned it down. So you need to network with people because you definitely get information from people who are your peers. In fact, one of the schools I applied to in the US, that I got a graduate scholar award, and that was like the form of scholarship I got. It was someone who I networked with, a scholarship applicant like me. I was like, oh, Comfort, I think you have like a good profile to apply to this school. Try it out. So you need to sort of network with people. I know some of us are scared of village people. You don't want to tell somebody that you are applying for scholarship. You feel like maybe they will now do one thing, and you will not get your scholarship. Yeah, that's understandable. But you also need to look out for communities. You need people who are doing the same thing you are doing, because in the long run, they are going to help you achieve your goals faster. Volunteering. Engage in extracurricular activities. Volunteering, very, very important. Networking and volunteering is like my top advice when I'm talking to prospective applicants or people waiting for scholarship admissions. Volunteer. You never know who is watching. Volunteer. Look for communities to volunteer. It wasn't just be scholarship communities. You can look for communities around you. Volunteer. For me, I sort of have this mindset that when you help people or you volunteer to help people, God sort of raises up people that will volunteer to help you. This has sort of been my life story. So volunteer to help people. Don't be that selfish person, selfish mindset that it's just all about you. You don't want to help any other person to succeed. You're just on your own. You have information, you're keeping it. Stuffs like that. So volunteer to help people, engage in curricular activities as well. Do things that you love doing, because sometimes the waiting period could be a mess. I know I had to wait for UC Davis for over 4 months, and I'm like, guys, what is happening? So you need to look for what you love doing, a hobby or something, maybe learn guitar, something. Just look for something you love doing. Then stay positive. Positivity is everything. And for me, I think like the battles in life are won from your mind. They are won from your mindset. So you need to stay positive. You need to win that battle in your mind first. You need to win the scholarship battle in your mind. Know that you are enough. You will get it. Be positive about everything. Even when the rejections come, you need to still stay positive, because it is that positivity that will sort of help you to apply. Then also be patient. Scholarship decision sort of takes time. Yeah, some schools take like 4 months. Like UC Davis took 4 months to get back to me. Although after getting back to me, it was sort of fun, because I was offered like a PhD instead of the master's I sort of applied for. But you have to still be patient, So then also you need to take care of your mental health. Disengage in conversations that sort of are tilted towards negativity. Some people will come and start telling you, this year, plenty people will not get scholarship because of this one, that one. No, don't engage in such conversations. If you're in any community that stuff that are being spread in that community and negativity, Nigerians will not get scholarship in USA this year because you have so and so person as your president. Just disengage from those communities. So I think that's basically what I have to say concerning this topic. And overall, I just want to say that you shouldn't give up. No matter what happens, don't give up. I really want you to know, don't give up. The fact that you don't get it this year doesn't mean you will not get it next year. Just keep pushing. Keep improving yourself. Keep trying to be better. Keep trying to improve your profile. Keep trying to publish papers. Keep trying to network. Keep trying to attend conferences. Just keep doing things to get better. And I'm sure that your yes is going to come. You get, so if I can make it, I believe every other person can make it. So, and don't let anything sort of discourage you. Talking about grades. Yeah, leaving university, I thought that is just only first class graduates that sort of get scholarships. I didn't graduate to the first class. So, and I was still able to get the scholarship and get a scholarship at a high ranked school as well. So you need to be positive. You need to believe in yourself. You need to keep pushing. I know of a friend that recently just got into Erasmus scholarship. The guy has tried for like 3 or 4 years and he just got it. So imagine he had given up and he wouldn't have even gotten the scholarship in the first place because he wouldn't have applied. So just keep pushing and never compare your journey to any other person's journey. I knew friends of mine who the first time they applied, they got in. Some got in together with me. Some are getting their scholarship offers after me. But at the end of the day, everybody's journey is different. So don't compare yourself with anybody. Don't say that, because this person got scholarship, why am I not getting it? This thing, that everybody's journey is different. And most times, the scholarship rejections are basically not, it doesn't reflect who you are. sometimes it's just that the department doesn't sort of have funding. Like in UCDB, some people were rejected because of the new increments in our stipends, and the department didn't have funding to go around everyone, so they had to sort of cut down the number of people that were admitted and all of that. So don't let that sort of weigh you down. Just be positive, keep pushing, don't give up, and I'm sure that will get celebrated. So that's all I have to say as the last speaker. So I don't know if anyone has questions for me.